Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity and welcome to another tag video. This tag video is called the Beauty Consumer Tag. I saw Smokey Glow do it during her Glowmas series where she posts every day in December. If you don't follow Smokey Glow, I'll have her channel linked down below. Absolutely love her. She's so sweet. But it was created by 90s LoveChild and I will have her channel linked down below as well. But there are just, 13 questions and it was just a really fun and interesting tag to kind of go through and hear everyone else's answers to, and then also just to think of my own. So I definitely wanted to do it and get it pre-filmed for after the baby arrives, just so I have some content to share with you guys. So yeah, if that sounds interesting, talking about the beauty consumer and just a bunch of random questions about being a beauty consumer, let's just jump right into it. Question number 1, how much do you spend on makeup in a month and a year? This is a little hard for me because sometimes I don't buy anything the entire month and then the next month I'll buy a lot. Or sometimes I just buy a little here and 1 month and a little there in 1 month. So I'm never someone who has like, okay, I'll spend $100 in a month and I consistently spend $100. It's just kind of like there's a bunch of new things being released, so I'm buying a bunch, and then there's a couple months where nothing catches my interest, so I don't buy anything. But I can tell you that I hit diamond at ULTA every year. Well, not every year because they only just launched it, but I was diamond at ULTA last year and then I am diamond now for 2020. So I've spent, I think, how much is that? It's over $1,000, $1,200. It's a good chunk of money to spend at ULTA, but I also keep in mind that I don't just buy makeup at ULTA. I also buy all my hair products there. I buy my bath products, you know, for like washing, deodorant, my razors there. I buy my husband's shampoo there. I buy my kids' stuff, you know, shampoos and hair products and stuff like that there. So I buy a lot of other stuff, but still, it's a big chunk of money, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I don't buy a lot of makeup from ULTA, because I do. So I at least spend, you know, about that much. I don't really shop at Sephora at all. And then I have also been getting a lot more into indie brands though. So it's a little harder to kind of keep tabs on everything that I'm buying because you have to buy directly from their website and whatnot. But question number 2, do you ever feel guilty about how much you spend on makeup? Honestly, no, not really. Is that bad as well? I feel like that might be kind of bad, but I really don't. I'd probably, if I didn't have a YouTube channel and a blog, I'd probably buy less, but I feel like I'd still be pretty up and current on not trying out new products, but purchasing new products that really catch my eye. Because even before I had a blog and YouTube and all that, I still really enjoyed, like, I would go to the drugstore and look at the new makeup that was coming out and I would pick products to try just because it always intrigued me, like, ooh, is this better than what I'm using now? So there's always that in me. So I feel like even if I didn't have a blog or YouTube, I'd probably still buy a good decent chunk of makeup, but I'd probably spend a lot less since I wasn't, you know, making the income from makeup. I don't want to be like blowing all our money on makeup, if that makes sense. But I don't know. To answer the question for, you know, the question's sake, no, I don't feel guilty. Question number 3, do you get FOMO related to makeup releases? Not often, really very rarely, but I will say the ABH Amrezy palette, I did have FOMO. And what was it? The Gemini, I feel like I didn't buy that when it first launched. I bought the second round, and I had a bit of FOMO when I was seeing everyone sharing their videos from the first launch of the palette, and I was like, oh my goodness, I totally missed out on that. So not often, but there are some times if a palette or product really catches my eye and it was super limited edition. But for the most part, I feel like, you know, if I don't get it, there'll be other palettes, there'll be other products that come out, so not too often, but sometimes I do. Question number 4, do you purchase or keep items simply because they are limited edition? Not really. Like, if I don't like a product, but it's limited edition, I'm not going to buy that product. I have to like a product, and then, hey, if it's limited edition, I'll make sure I buy it right away to make sure it doesn't get sold out. But I'm never someone who's like, ooh, that's limited edition, I need to go and buy that, because that just doesn't make sense to me. But like I said, if I like the product, then yes, I'll buy it, but not because it's limited edition, if that makes sense. Question number 5, would you be willing to pay more money for a sold out product online? It depends how much more, I guess you could say. Like I mentioned before, I had FOMO when it came to the ABH Amrezy palette. I never got it, even though there was 1 or 2 times I almost bought it, like on the ABH website when it was still available and stuff. And I was just like, no, I don't need it. And then like a month, I don't even know, months later, a year later, I was seeing so many people name it as a favorite. So I was like, ooh, I really kind of want to try it now. And I went on to Poshmark and I found it there. There were some people selling it for crazy amounts, like maybe around 100, 90, 80. And I'm just like, no, I don't like it that much, but I kept an eye, like I would search every now and then for the ABH Amrezy palette, and I finally found it for, I want to say like, maybe it was $5 or $10 more than the retail price, and I was like, hey, you know what? It's sold out. It's never coming back. It's limited edition. That seemed worth it to me, so I did buy it off of Poshmark, and I have it in my collection now, and yes, I do love it, but yeah, so there are very few exceptions, and it really does depend on how much, because there are some limited edition products that are sold out, like the whole Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson collabs. I don't know what part of it, but I heard a lot of people saying that it was selling for hundreds of dollars after like the initial launch sold out, and I was just like, yeah, no. Question number 6, do you wish you could spend more or less on makeup, I'm assuming, or beauty? Honestly, don't care. Like, I feel very thankful I'm able to spend what interests me. Like if a product comes up, typically I can go like, okay, I'll buy that, I'll review it, I'll use it on my channel, and I'm able to get it and add it to my collection. But I don't feel like I ever wish I could spend more. Like I could spend more, but I just choose not to. I'd rather have it in my bank account and save it, or just spend it on something else, spend it on equipment or whatnot. So no, I feel very content, I guess would be my answer. I don't feel like I need to cut back and spend less, but I definitely don't feel like I wish I could spend more. I feel like it's all good. Question number 7, do you feel compelled to buy something when you see it in someone else's collection? Nope, not typically, unless it's like a sold out product that I was like, oh man, I really wish I could have got my hands on it. But even then, it wasn't anything that I wanted to go out and buy. It was mainly because like, oh, like I can't buy that anymore, and I hear everyone talking about it, like the Amrezy highlighter. I feel like I keep referencing that in this tag. But no, if there's a product I see in someone else's video, and typically, you know, I'll see it when it launches just because I kind of keep tabs on new makeup, and if it doesn't intrigue me then, it's not going to intrigue me in someone else's collection, typically I would say. But I don't know, I'm sure there are exceptions to the rules where I think I don't want a palette, and then I see someone else using it on their channel, and then I'm like, oh wait, I think I do want that. Question number 8, do you buy more during the holidays? Yeah. Totally. Mainly because of sales. I feel like the holidays is when I kind of stock up on my staple favorites, because there are so many sales, specifically thinking of like at Ulta. So if I'm running low on a concealer I love, if I'm running low on mascaras, eyeliners, those kind of staple products that, yes, I try new things from, but I always like to have my tried and true favorites, my eyeshadow primers, stuff like that. That's kind of when I buy my backups in preparation for them running out later on. And that's what I've been doing for the past 2 years, I feel like, and it's been working well. So yeah, I definitely do purchase more during the holidays, but like I said, it's because of gifts or sales and, you know, repurchasing favorites. Question number 9, have you ever hidden a makeup purchase from family or friends? Nope, unless it was like to gift to them, then I would hide it, but not that I can think of. Question number 10, do you have more than 10 products in your collection that you have not used in over a month? Yeah. Yeah, I have a big collection. Yes. Question number 11. Have you ever been pressured to purchase something you could not afford or did not need? No, not really. Yeah, not that I can ever think of, and I'm just not someone who feels like, because I'm hearing someone else review a product, I feel like I need to have it. I've always kind of been the type of, either I'm interested in it already and I want to see if it's a good product to purchase, or I'm not interested in it and I'm just watching to like support a friend or something. And, you know, them going on about how amazing it is isn't really going to sway me, because I've already decided that I don't need that product, if that makes sense. I mean, like I said, there are exceptions to the rules, but generally, no, I've never felt pressured, you know, hearing someone else talk about it. I've never felt pressured to buy something, especially that I couldn't afford, because I don't really buy that much like luxury makeup, especially luxury makeup. I don't really buy any of that. So everything that I tend to buy is kind of mid-tiered to high-end or drugstore. So it's all stuff I can afford. Question number 12, do you purchase makeup for collector reasons? No, not often, not really. I would say no, but I mean, if there was something that came out that was really kind of up my alley, I probably would. One thing, I think the last thing I purchased for just collector's reasons was the Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales, because I liked the original Pirates of the Caribbean, like the first movie that came out. I love that one so much. And then when Lorac collabed with them to do this palette, I was like, ooh, I don't even care what the inside looks like. I am buying that because it just was so very cool, was a movie I really liked. So I feel like this was the last time I purchased something for collector's reasons, and I'll never get rid of it because I just enjoy the packaging. It's bulky, it's big, it's, you know, the color story isn't exactly up my alley anymore, but it holds a special place in my heart, so I'll keep it. Question number 13, last one. I feel like I'm doing good here. In your makeup journey, have you become less or more consumeristic? This is an interesting question because I've always had a love, like I said, even before I had my blog, even before, you know, YouTube, I had my blog way before YouTube for several years before I started YouTube, but even before I had my blog, I always enjoyed trying new products at the drugstore, new makeup, and I've always had a love for eyeshadow palettes. So I feel like even if I didn't have a channel or a blog, I would still probably buy a lot of makeup and I would still probably buy a lot of palettes. True, not to the extent of what I have here, but also some of the products that I have in my collection I've been sent as PR, and that's why I have them. I feel like, though, for the most part, when it comes to my loves and stuff that I spend my money on, I still buy a lot of palettes, I still buy a lot of foundations, and I still buy a lot of like concealers and bronzers and contours just because those are the things that really intrigue me, and I'm always looking to find something a little bit more beautiful than the last. I don't know. I just like trying new things. Highlighters too. I bought a lot of highlighters in 2019. So I feel like I would still, even if I didn't have a YouTube channel, be spending, you know, a lot on makeup, even if I didn't have the channel. But I definitely feel like because I have the channel, I am a little more consumeristic than I would be if I didn't. But again, that is because of the channel. So a lot of the purchases I make, it's kind of with the intent to put it back into my channel. And like I've bought lights, I've bought a camera, that's stuff that I wouldn't have bought if I didn't have a YouTube channel. So I guess in that way I'm more consumeristic because I'm buying stuff that I wouldn't need if I didn't have a YouTube channel. So I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that question because it depends on in what aspect we're talking about. But I feel like I'm as consumeristic as before I started my YouTube channel, or as I was a couple years ago, I guess you could say. I feel like the right answer is to say yes, I'm a little more consumeristic now than I was like a year ago, just because my channel continues to grow, so I do spend more money on makeup than I would if my channel was smaller or if I didn't have a YouTube channel at all. But I don't know, at the same time, like I said, I feel like even if I didn't have a YouTube or whatnot, I would still buy a good bit of makeup because I just really enjoy it. So, I don't know. Yes and no. Alright, so there you have it. That is the beauty consumer tag. As I said, I'll have 90s LoveChild, her channel linked down below. She is the creator of this tag, so definitely check her out. Check out her video, and if you want to do it, I totally tag you to do it. If you have a channel, go for it. I would love to see this tag and get around. It was a lot of fun to just kind of have more of a laid-back video, being able to sit here and answer some questions. And also check out Smokey Glow. Absolutely love her. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.